Welcome to this video. In this video, we will show you some of the new AI features that the Smart Package robot will offer you from this update. As you can see, we have 4 different cloud AI options, and we also have some local AI options. Local AI options run on your computer, and therefore you don't need to pay for them, and you don't need an API key. Services like ChatGPT, Whisper and ElevenLabs speech synthesis do not run on your local computer. They run in the cloud, and to use this, you will have to pay some pence for using them to the cloud service provider. And to do this, you get a so-called API key to show them who is asking for the service. And the API key, therefore, how you get it, I will show you at the end of the video in a separate part. It's not difficult. You just log in there and you get the API key. However, I will show you at the end of the video. In this video, we will take a look at 2 cloud services, Whisper from OpenAI and ElevenLabs text-to-speech synthesis. And for this, we need 2 API keys, which we will use.
You only need to worry about this API key once. Tell it to the Smart Package robot, and it will save it in an encrypted format in a dedicated folder. After that, simply use the command set key, and the robot will handle the rest. No need to worry about the API key again. We'll make a new project and open the folder. Then I'll add the Z key commands to use the cloud services with the Smart Package robot. You'll see them here.
Let me show you a practical example that I'm using, which uses the new AI technologies.
Check out my Twitter bar add-on. It sticks to the Firefox window when Twitter is open and automatically launches Twitter when I start it. Take a look at the buttons. The first one is for dictation, where I can speak my text. It works for any language, even if the speaker is not a native Turkish speaker. After pressing the stop button, the dictated text is copied to the clipboard, and it's surprisingly accurate. But that's not all. I can also press the rework button to modify the text. It will beep and the text will change to German with hashtags. If I want it in English, I can simply press the English button. I can even make it into a rhyme using GPT-4, although it may take a few seconds for longer texts. I can also make positive, negative, or funny comments, or switch to different languages. If I want to go back to the original text, I can press the previous text button. There are also options for adding pictures. It's much more convenient than typing, especially on this platform. With this add-on, I can simply dictate my text.
Okay, TV says that the person was not Turkish, he spoke only Turkish. Maybe he made a Turkish language school. Now I have the original text like dictated here corrected in this version. I want it to be reworked with hashtags. Now it looks like this with hashtags. And you see it's now German. Okay, but what if I still want it in English? Then I press to English. It's now English. And okay, for longer text I can also say, make me a rhyme out of it. It will call GPT-4. That's why it takes a few seconds. And now I have a rhyme in German yet. And besides that, it can do positive comments, negative comments, funny comments, rhyming, English, German, Spanish, undo to get the original text back, and I have some functions for pictures. And this all is a very short script with the Smart Package robot.
So, let's begin with Whisper, the top speech-to-text engine. Let's find out what speech-to-text is and how it works. But before we can get started, we need to find the appropriate smart package robot commands for this. And for that, we'll check out the help file, specifically the AI artificial intelligence section.
To start using Whisper, refer to the help file for detailed instructions and sample scripts. The most important thing to note is that Whisper uses OpenAI for speech-to-text, so we need to use the AIC command. Let's create a sample program to get started.
I will just copy the code from the help file, and we will use it for our sample.
In this code, we get our API key, but it's not necessary for our Whisper script. We keep it for later. There are two main commands we can use with Whisper: dictate text and dictate letter. Dictate letter has two buttons for pausing and continuing, while dictate text only has a stop button. Dictate letter is for longer recordings, while dictate text is for anything under 30 minutes.
Let's take a quick peek at this script. We'll be using dictate text, which means we'll have this box here, and we can chat with the text until we hit the stop button. Once we press stop, our text will go into the $out variable after a few seconds. From there, we can copy and paste it anywhere. We'll also display it using a message box, but I'll switch it to a debug print, so we can see the letter M down here.
The dictate text command is the easiest command to dictate text and get it transcribed into text. The dictate text command starts the recording process, allowing the user to dictate text.
Switching back to message box for dictate letter command testing now.
Whisper may need some time to transcribe longer text, therefore the longer your speech, the longer you will need to wait to get the final result. Also, Whisper has a limitation of 24 megabytes for upload. In our test, a 30 seconds recording will take up to 385 kilobytes, therefore this command has a limit of about 30 minutes recording time. Now I'm making a pause, so whatever I say now will not be on the recording. And I go on. If you plan to make longer recordings, use the dictate letter command and make pause between the recordings. Then there is virtually no limit.
So here we have our result, and as you see, the text has been perfectly transcribed by Whisper. No training required. You can speak in a variety of languages. Choose the language. For West PA, you don't even need to set the language, but if you want to, you can. But just look at how many languages Whisper can understand. From African to Galician, French, and even 56 languages are supported. You can talk to Whisper in so many different languages.
Whisper and other language models are affordable, as they run in the cloud and only cost a few cents to use. I've been using it since November 1st, and today I've used it a lot. Yet the total cost for the whole month is only 76 cents. So cost shouldn't be an issue.
Before we move on to the next feature, because using a Whisper is really simple, you just use the dictate letter or dictate text command, and you will get your final output in a variable. You can then do whatever you want with it. Let's take a closer look at the details in the help file. So, in general, the dictate text and dictate letter commands are already compound commands that internally call multiple functions. However, you can also create your own commands for specific applications. For this, you have the low-level commands here, with which you can create your own recording button and wait until someone presses stop. You also have commands to end the recording within the script. You can check the mouse over state for the recording button, and you can start the recording with or without synchronicity. You can also change the recording state from within your script, change the button text of the recording button, and wait for the buttons to change for pause or stop. You can also wait for the recording button to be closed, or wait until the pause button is ended, so that it is no longer in pause state. This gives you all the tools you need to fine-tune your script, in case the dictate letter and dictate text commands do.
Choose output format for Whisper. Options include plain text, VTT for time codes in videos, and other formats such as JSON and raw data. Select the desired format in Set Format for Whisper.
Just for completion, let me tell you some more options that you have here. You have here, one time, the set language for Whisper. This means you can tell Whisper which input language it is, in case whatever you say could be valid in multiple input languages. And as said, there are a lot of possible languages Whisper will understand. Then you have two such set input languages. The reason is that here you can set the language free with these values. And if there are new languages that are not yet implemented, in the Smart Package robot, you will need to use set language free, because this command will try to analyze whatever you write and choose one of these languages that fits best. Then you have set Whisper default. This will just set all the important Whisper parameters back to default. Then you have translate to any, and this is already a combination command, so it will take whatever you give Whisper and let ChatGPT translate it to any of these languages that you get with this command. So you can get a language here that ChatGPT knows, and then you can talk something and ChatGPT will immediately translate it to this language. And then you can output it, for example, using ElevenLabs speech synthesis. So you have...
Whisper has many options, including a built-in translate to English command for any language you speak. It won't call ChatGPT and will transcribe your words in English.
And now, let me add something that translates to English or translates to any take as an input parameter an MP3 file. This is where you need to use the recording commands to get this MP3 file. Let's make a small sample that we can quickly make here.
I made a quick script by copying commands from the help file. We'll use the AIC record synchron button to get our recording button, then translate to English for the English text in a message box. It's that simple.
Guten Tag. Der AIC-Synchron-Button startet einen synchronen Aufnahmeprozess. Er nimmt auch unter Umständen auf im Hintergrund und bringt dann den Recording-Button in den Vordergrund.
That was so simple. Okay, this concludes our chapter about Whisper. And Whisper is such a great feature. Imagine using Whisper and the Smart Package robot button bar, you can now dictate into any application instead of typing manually. This saves you from making typing mistakes and saves you a lot of time.
Don't forget, with Whisper you can translate any language into English and other languages with just 5 commands.
Using Whisper was quite easy with the Smart Package robot, and using ElevenLabs is possibly even easier. Yet it has some components that are not so easy, but generally using it is as easy as writing AES.say text. Let's see an example.
Please review this script. We're using dictate text to input text into $Audi's variable, then using AIS say text to have ElevenLabs speak it aloud. The say text command is a compound command that handles multiple tasks, but you only need to type AIS say text to use it.
The AIS say text command is designed to convert text into MP3 audio file using cloud services from ElevenLabs and then play this audio file back. So it's a compound of two commands. First, it will generate an MP3 file from the text and then it will play back the MP3 file.
The AIS say text command is designed to convert text into MP3 audio file using cloud services from ElevenLabs and then play this audio file back. So it's a compound of two commands. First, it will generate an MP3 file from the text, and then it will play back the MP3 file.
Using ElevenLabs is a little bit more expensive than the services from OpenAI. As you can see, I have been using it for all my videos to give them sound, and my next bill will be $10.
The Smart Package Robot helps you save costs by automatically generating a caching folder in your program folder. This folder stores all MP3 files and their contents in a database, so you won't have to request the same thing twice. If you say the same phrases repeatedly, like hello or good day, the robot will retrieve them from the caching folder instead of generating them again. You can also choose to not use the caching system.
But if you want to save money, the automatic caching system is available.
The AIS say text command is designed to convert text into MP3 audio file using cloud services from ElevenLabs and then...
And if you don't want to use the caching system, or if you want to renew the audio in the caching system, for example with a female voice or another voice, then you can just use a command like this with this parameter, and this script will regenerate the saved MP3 file with a new version and save the new version in the cache.
You have many voices to choose from, both male and female. Currently, there are 42 options available in the Smart Package Robot. There may be more in the future, but for now, this should suffice. The voice settings can be found in the extra folder, where you can easily select a male or female voice. Let's give it a try.
I've now just chosen said female voice number 12. Number 12 is called Lena.
Hello, I wish you all a good day. You can directly set a voice using the voice ID with the command set voice.
Hello, I wish you all a good day. You can directly set a voice using the voice ID with the command set voice.
Let me show you how you turn text into speech and also use the pause sign. Take a look.
Hello, my name is Lena. How are you? Hello, my name is Lena. How are you?
Now what you hear is, even that I changed the voice, you got exactly the same text because it's coming from the caching system. So if we don't want that, we just add this. Then it will be newly generated.
Hello, my name is Alina. How are you?
So don't forget to add this if you want to try out different voices.
Hello, my name is Lena. How are you?
Hello, my name is Lena. How are you?
For the end of this video, let me show you the script that I use to make the dictations and the voices in my videos. I will just do a minor change to prevent the script from switching off and on the recording, which is done in this subprogram, to have very sharp recordings from the end and start. I'm switching on the recording automatically in the script and also switch it off. So this is what I'm not going to do here. And okay, let's go. So first the script gives me the hint that now comes the female. Typically she may ask a question like, oh, how does that script really work that makes the voices for your videos? Then I press the stop button. And the dictated text will now be corrected by the completion model, GPT 3.5.
Oh, how does that script really work that makes the voices for your videos? Let me think.
And then he would normally shut out the recording, but I have prevented this. Now comes the male voice. And oh, let me explain that to you. We first use dictate text, then we feed the output to GPT 3.5 for correction and make it optimum. And then we go back and we go to say text. Yet we are not using the say text command because we want to have a very sharp recording. That's why we use the commands text to MP3. And then we click go with the recording and then we make play MP3, also new command. And this is the way we go.
Let me explain. We use dictate text, then GPT 3.5 for correction, and finally say text. But instead of say text, we use text to MP3 for a sharper recording. Then we click go and use the new command play MP3. That's our process.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So, with this demonstration of the first two AI features of the Smart Package Robot, we will end this video. But there will be more videos because the Smart Package Robot has much more AI features. These are just the hear and speak features. We have much more features. We also have ChatGPT from OpenAI, and we have GPT for all, and we have DeepL translation, and much more. We will come to that in the next videos.